Got Dr. Nixon here. She's a professor at Nova Southeastern University, and she's been doing a lot of great work around the United States as it relates to diversity and inclusion. So we're delighted to have her here as a first-time guest on the show. Dr. Nixon, we'll ask you to pick up your cup and do our traditional toast to the first-time guest. Put it back down, and now we roll.
Wow.
Well, first of all, how did you, the whole idea of diversity and inclusion is, you know, pretty high in national spotlight now because we have an African-American president, and a whole lot of discussion went on around that, and all these cable shows start doing, you know, what's going on in this community, that community. But to me, it seems like oftentimes when people think about diversity, they think about African-Americans and Hispanics.
Okay.
Or is that the best way to look at diversity?
No, that is a very limited way of looking at diversity. And by the way, thank you for having me on the show.
My pleasure.
No, diversity is about any kind of difference. It's about gender, it's about age, it's about just any kind of height. It could be size, anything that distinguishes one person from another. We're talking diversity. The way you think, the way you look at the world. And I have to just say that our excitement about diversity really was way before our new president. Right. Of course, his presence bring another discussion to that topic, but diversity, especially well, I'm from South Florida, is bigger than that, and we have so many different ways that we have to figure out how we're going to live with each other, how we're going to get along. So at Nova, I teach a course called Diversity, and it is a state-required course for people who are training to be marriage and family therapists. And out of teaching that course, I realized that there was so much more to what I was doing, and I went to my dean and I said, you know, this is working, I'm changing lives, I'm transforming people's ways of looking at the world, and he said, well then let's make this bigger, and then we made a university effort. That's
a good point you're making. Let me dig into that a little bit. The fact that at Nova Southeastern University, they have a course that you're teaching around that particular topic. Is that trailblazing for a university, or in your studies and travels, are many universities bringing that type of discussion to the curriculum? Yeah, it is not new. Everybody across the country is doing it. And that's mainly because America, in about 2010, will be primarily a brown country. There will be more people of color in this country than there are white people. Okay, we talk about diversity here in America to ad nauseum. The outside of the United States, other continents, is the topic as prevalent? I don't think I think it's an issue, but it's not the same issue. Because we are such a free society, you know, we're talking gay and lesbian families. We talk about the aged people needing representation. So there are we have a lot more issues, unless we just know about our issues and we don't know about other people's issues. But I would say this, I went to Uganda a couple of years ago, and I taught diversity there. Now, can you imagine that? But what they discovered is that what we call racism, they call tribalism. So this we're better than you are exists in lots of different ways. And as we went through that course, they discovered that, yeah, they too have lots of issues of diversity that they hadn't even thought about. So I kind of started a discussion so that they can start looking at their relationships in a different way as it pertains to difference. So when we talk about diversity, we're just talking about